This will probably be the happiest that I'll ever be after a Chicago Bears loss because the game sucked. It was a terrible game to watch. I hate losing to the Packers. I can't stand the Packers, man. I just really realized this game as Devontae Adams just scores another touchdown for the Packers. The Packers are about to go up 35-16. I hate the Packers, man. I hate the Packers. We lost this game on one thing. If I can point out one thing on why the Bears lost this game, drops. And that's not even offensive drops. I kid you not, this Bears defense dropped 4 interceptions. You had one by Vildor, you had one by Mingo, you had one by Eddie Jackson, and there was one more that is just escaping me right now. I can't. Oh, it was somewhere. There was back-to-back plays early in the first half that we had a chance to go out and we had picks right in our hand, like literally right off of our fingertips. It was the one right before Mingo, I swear, whatever that was. We had 4 different chances to win the game. But, Bears fans, let's give a round of applause and a huge thank you to a guy especially named Jalen Ramsey. We owe that guy everything. We should honestly pay him $1 million because Jalen Ramsey alone just got us into the playoffs by absolutely locking down DeAndre Hopkins. I got the Rams game on right now. DeAndre was nothing with Jalen Ramsey on him the whole game. Ramsey locked him down so much, and the Rams are up currently 18-7 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left with Arizona no timeouts, and the clock is running. So as much as it sucks for the Bears to lose, especially to the Packers, this season ain't over. This season ain't over, boys. We still got a game. Probably what's going to be against the Saints, in my opinion, because I think the Seahawks are actually losing right now. The Seahawks are losing somehow currently in this game. And then, yeah, you'll have the Saints. They'll be the 2. We'll be the 7. We get a chance. I actually really like this matchup against the Saints, not just because we went out and we've already played the Saints very well. We've already had a really, really good game against them. 2-minute warning up there in the Rams game. So it looks like we've made the playoffs. We're going to take on the Saints in this game, but this Bears game, man, there was a lot of mistakes that need to be cleaned up. Like, it was not a very well-run game at all for the Chicago Bears. Offensive-wise, I didn't even think that we were that bad offensively. Like, we had good long drives. We looked consistent. We were very good on 4th down, except for the one that we decided, why on earth do we have the shotgun running? Why do we have Mitch Trubisky in the shotgun on a 4th and inches? And of course, it was simple. It was the simplest thing ever. I can't remember. It might have been King for Green Bay who came in front of, it was one of our tight ends. It was either Jimmy Graham or Cole Kmet. Just taps the ball down. He almost got a pick on there. Could have taken it to the distance if he would have got that pick. And just like that, the Bears lose to the Packers. Like, we were so close. The score was 21-16. We could have scored a touchdown on that drive if we had just QB sneaked it with Mitch Trubisky. Been up 23-21, whole different ball game. But instead, somehow, we are losing 35-16 to the Packers. This game's still on, but the Rams game is basically over. This game's over. So I just wanted to come out here and celebrate our playoff appearance. Like, it feels so weird that I'm coming up here and I'm ranting about the Bears and how poor our play was today. But yet I'm also talking about the Bears going to the playoffs next week when it wasn't guaranteed last week. It's crazy how the NFL can play mind tricks on you. And Mitch goes deep to Wims, and he does not complete it. We're almost at the 2-minute warning in that game. Let's check back into the Cardinals game, which is still in commercial break. We're going to officially get the word that we are in the playoffs very, very soon from the Cardinals game. But let's take a look at some of the stats from this game. Right now, there's 2 minutes left in the Bears game. Aaron Rodgers, man, 19 for 24, 4 touchdowns. Why is he so good against the Bears? Why? Out of all the teams that he had to be, that in his career, he just has to be absolutely lights out against, it has to be the Chicago Bears. He's just picked, he knows we're his rivals or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm going to make Bears fans hate me and never want to see me in Soldier Field again. Every single time I'm going to play the Chicago Bears. He is He's going to win the MVP this year. It sucks, but it's going to happen. Rodgers is going to win the MVP. Mitch Trubisky, 28 for 37. Not a bad game from him. 211 yards, no touchdowns. Obviously, the one interception that just happened a couple of minutes ago. David Montgomery, 22 carries for 69 yards, one touchdown. I think he was decent today. He had some good runs. He got some... We were so close. There were so many of those fourth downs that were caused just because we couldn't get, like, literally 6 inches more. Sorry about that, guys. My camera was driving me insane. It kept popping up something, and it wasn't recording properly, so I had to come back. But the Rams officially just won, and although the Bears just did officially lose 35-16, the Bears are in the playoffs, baby. Bear down. It does not make any sense why we were in the playoffs after getting smacked by the Packers. It doesn't feel good necessarily that we lost, but it feels good that we're in the playoffs. One guy that I really want to talk about, and who I was really, really impressed by this game, and that made a lot of huge plays to keep the Bears in this game. Darnell Mooney, 11 receptions, 93 yards for a long of 53. He did not have any touchdown receptions. He did have that one really, really long catch. That was an amazing catch by him down the field. We just could not stop Devontae Adams and Valdez-Scantling. Like, Adams had 6 receptions, 46 yards. Now that doesn't look that good, but it was all those slant plays. They went to him every single meaningful down, like all those third downs and everything. It was just the simplest completion to him over the middle, and I was just sick and tired. I was sick and tired of watching Devontae Adams burn us on every single drive. Aaron Jones, his stats didn't look that good either in this game. 11 carries for 42 yards, 1 touchdown. But he was another guy who just seems like we could not get him on the ground when we needed to. It's tough. It looks like we're playing the Saints. It's pretty much a lock that we're going to be playing the Saints right now, because right now, maybe not, unless the Seahawks. I don't know. I got to check how this whole playoff scenario winds up. I think it should be fine because the Saints just won and the Packers just won, and they are going to have one more win that they had last week and is already in that position. So I'm expecting that the Bears do be going and playing the New Orleans Saints. What will be next week in the wild card round? I'm pretty sure it's still called the wild card round, but you have 7 teams now. So that 7 team really help us this year because we are going to the playoffs. The Bears are playoff bound. I really like the matchup against the Saints. We played them really well last time. We are just a good offense away from winning that game. That game went to overtime, and our offense was pretty crappy in that game. So if our defense can play as good as they did against the Saints that same week, I think that the Bears will be absolutely fine, and that we'll actually have a pretty good chance to win this game against the Saints. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I know it was a weird one because I'm talking about the Bears losing, yet we make the playoffs. We just clinched the playoff spot, but it is what it is. Bears are making the playoffs. Drop me a sub. Drop me a like down below. Comment anything about Bears football. Thank you for watching, and come back next time.